There are some really devastating weather events going on across the country right now. We've seen it, Indiana getting flooded, Hawaii having the hurricane, and not to mention all the wildfires. And as I scroll through social media, I see videos and see the insurance companies, of course, tend to take the brunt of the frustrations. And I'm looking at some of these videos and I'm looking at them, I'm sitting there listening to them, they're complaining about it. And the fact is, they admitted they didn't buy the coverage that they needed, and they're still mad at the insurance company for not paying. So that's the part that confuses me. The video I'm referring to was on TikTok, and the lady says she uses insurance, said that her basement flooded from the floods in Indiana. They're devastating, of course. But it flooded because she lost power, and therefore her sump pumps didn't pump out. And so she didn't have the water backup of sewers and drains, or whatever the insurance company called it, the sump pump backup. And then says, it's not because my sump pump didn't work, it's just no power to it. Well, it simply wasn't working because there was no power, but it's still water backup from the sump pump. So, but she's furious and blaming the insurance company for denying her effing claim, as she puts it, and she's going to leave that company and never go back. But a lot of times people get so frustrated because they don't have the right coverage. And it could be that their agent didn't tell them that that coverage was available. Shame on the agent if that's the case. Or it could be that they were trying to save a few bucks because the water sump backup coverage costs a few bucks, depending on the amount of coverage you want to get. It can be a couple $100, and sometimes people just choose not to take it. And it's unfortunate that she had all this damage in her home, but she was going off about the insurance company and blaming the insurance company, and in the same breath saying that she didn't pay for the coverage that she would have needed to have it covered. So it's confusing to me. And the insurance companies, we take the brunt of all the disasters. We take the punches. But when it comes down to the fact that you didn't buy the coverage, and therefore that's why it's not being covered, I don't think you have the right to bash the company in that aspect, because they had a coverage, it was available, and you didn't buy it. Again, what did the agent offer it? Then you got to beef against the agent. This is why we put together these videos, to try to educate you guys on what you need to look for when you're shopping your insurance. So if you're shopping your insurance and they don't put coverage or water backup coverage, and you're saving $200 on your home insurance at the new company, let us look at it, or let your current agent look at it to compare the coverages, because all those are going to do is say, look at the deck page, I got the same coverage A, B, C, whatever. So, we're comparing apples to apples, and really they're not. They're not comparing apples to apples at all, because they don't have the ancillary coverages that you may want or need on the back end, like water backup of sewer drains, or service line endorsement for the service line in front of your house. So it's just things that happen, and I understand. I got thick skin. I can understand that the insurance does take a brunt of some frustrations when it comes to claims not being paid, but it's simply not all just corporate greed by the insurance companies. Policies are written, there are limits, and water is a big one. Flood is a big one. So, if it's part of the floods too, you got to make sure you have the flood insurance through the National Flood Insurance Program, or even a lot of private companies are writing flood insurance now and getting involved and helping offset some of the costs or reduce some of those premiums as well. So, I get it. It's frustrating when something doesn't get paid and you need to find somebody to blame. But sometimes when something doesn't get paid, we just got to sit down, look in the mirror and say, hey, I made the mistake. Coverage isn't there because I chose not to buy the coverage. So this is Jerry Nicklow, Real Insurance Talk with Huff Insurance. If you're going through a tough time with your insurance, I do, believe me, I'm very empathetic towards what you're going through. But make sure you have a good agent that you talk to, that way you know what your situation is prior to it happening. Again, Jerry, Real Insurance Talk with Huff Insurance. If you have any questions about insurance, feel free to reach out to me or Nancy or anybody in here. We'd be happy to talk to you.